Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. It's so good to have you here with me today. Have you ever stood in the pharmacy aisle or perhaps browsed online, looking at rows and rows of bottles, all promising better health, more energy, a sharper mind? It's a common experience, isn't it? We all want to live long, healthy, vibrant lives, and sometimes we look to supplements as a helping hand, a way to give our bodies that extra boost. And in many cases, with the right guidance, they can be beneficial. But what if I told you that sometimes our best intentions could lead us down a risky path? What if combining two seemingly harmless natural supplements could, in fact, create a dangerous situation inside our bodies? A silent threat that pharmacists and doctors are increasingly concerned about. Today we're going to talk about something incredibly important, something that could genuinely be a matter of well-being or serious illness, especially for us as we navigate our golden years. We're going to uncover a health warning that's causing alarm, how mixing certain supplements can potentially lead to internal bleeding in older adults, and specifically we'll be looking at two very popular ones. Stick with me because understanding this could be one of the most important things you do for your health this year. Now, let's start by acknowledging a reality. As we age, many of us become more proactive about our health, and rightly so. We read articles, we talk to friends, and we often turn to dietary supplements. Statistics show that a significant percentage of older adults use at least one dietary supplement, and many use multiple. Perhaps it's a multivitamin, something for joint health, or a supplement recommended for heart or brain function. The desire to maintain our independence and vitality is strong, and it's a wonderful thing. But here's where the waters can get a little murky. The market is flooded with options, and it's easy to think, if one is good, maybe two or three different ones are even better. Or perhaps, it's natural, so it must be safe to take with my other natural remedies. This is where the hidden danger lies, particularly the risk of unknowingly creating harmful interactions. I remember a lady, let's call her Mrs. Evelyn. She was in her late 70s, spry and active, always keen on learning about natural health. She was taking a supplement for her joints, another for her memory, and one her friend recommended for heart health. All were bought over the counter, all seemed perfectly fine on their own. But one day she started noticing more bruises than usual, feeling unusually tired. It took a visit to her doctor and a careful review of everything she was taking to uncover that the combination was thinning her blood more than was safe, putting her at risk. Thankfully it was caught in time, but her story is a gentle warning for all of us. The truth is, pharmacists are indeed growing increasingly concerned when they see certain combinations being purchased, because they know the potential for harm. So, what are these ticking time bombs we're referring to? Today, we're going to focus on a specific pair that has raised red flags: fish oil, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, and Ginkgo Biloba. Let's break this down. On their own, both fish oil and Ginkgo Biloba are popular and often praised for their health benefits. And for many people, when taken correctly and in isolation, or with a doctor's guidance, they can be part of a healthy regimen. Fish oil, as many of you know, is widely taken for its omega-3 fatty acids, primarily EPA and DHA. It's celebrated for supporting heart health, reducing inflammation, and some even find it beneficial for brain function and mood. One of the ways it helps the heart is by having a mild blood-thinning effect. It can make blood platelets less sticky, which can be good for preventing clots in some situations, but this very property is what we need to be mindful of. Think of it like a gentle lubricant for the bloodstream. Then there's Ginkgo Biloba. This ancient herb has been used for centuries, and today it's often marketed for improving memory, concentration, and circulation, particularly to the brain and extremities. How does it achieve some of these effects? Well, one of its mechanisms is also related to blood flow. Ginkgo can inhibit something called platelet activating factor, which again plays a role in blood clotting. So, like fish oil, it too can have a blood-thinning effect. Now can you start to see where the problem might arise? Imagine you have two gentle streams. Each one flows smoothly on its own. But what happens when these two streams merge? They form a stronger, more powerful current. Individually, the blood-thinning effect of fish oil might be mild. Individually, the blood-thinning effect of Ginkgo Biloba might also be manageable for many. But when you take them together, these effects don't just add up, they can amplify each other. It's a synergistic effect, meaning their combined impact is greater than the sum of their individual parts. This is what pharmacists and doctors worry about. This combination can potentially thin the blood too much, significantly increasing the risk of bleeding, especially internal bleeding, which can be silent and dangerous. This isn't just a theoretical concern. There have been case reports and studies highlighting this interaction. The body's clotting mechanism is a delicate balance. We need our blood to flow freely, but we also need it to clot effectively when we get injured, even internally from minor bumps or strains that we might not even be aware of. When this balance is tipped too far towards thinning, that's when the danger of internal bleeding becomes very real. So why is this internal bleeding crisis particularly concerning for us for older adults? As our bodies mature, they undergo natural changes. Our physiological reserves might not be what they once were. Several factors make older individuals more vulnerable to the adverse effects of excessive blood thinning. Firstly, our blood vessels can become more fragile with age. Think of them like older pipes that are a bit more delicate. Secondly, our skin often thins, and our healing processes might be slower. A minor bump that a younger person might not even notice could cause more significant bruising or internal damage in an older person. Consider the gastrointestinal system. The lining of our stomach and intestines can be sensitive. If the blood is too thin, even mild irritation, perhaps from certain foods or other medications, could lead to bleeding that is harder to control. This might manifest as dark, tarry stools or vomiting blood that looks like coffee grounds. These are serious signs. Then there's the brain. An increased tendency to bleed can elevate the risk of hemorrhagic stroke, which is bleeding in or around the brain. This is a medical emergency. Symptoms can be sudden and severe, like an intense headache, weakness, confusion, or difficulty speaking. Even our joints can be affected. Spontaneous bleeding into a joint can cause pain, swelling, and reduced mobility, and often internal bleeding isn't dramatic at first. It can be insidious, starting slowly. You might feel unusually tired, weak, dizzy, or appear paler than usual. These subtle symptoms can be easily dismissed as just getting older, but they could be early warning signs that something is amiss. Let me share another story, a hypothetical but very plausible one. Imagine Mr. Robert, a gentleman in his early 80s. He's been taking fish oil for his heart for years on his doctor's advice. Recently, a friend told him about Ginkgo Biloba for improving memory, so he started taking that too, thinking, it's natural, it'll help. He didn't mention it to his doctor because it didn't seem like a real medicine. After a few weeks, he noticed he was bruising very easily. Then he started feeling persistently fatigued and a bit lightheaded. He chalked it up to a poor night's sleep or not eating well. It was only when he had a minor fall and the bruising was extensive and alarming and he felt incredibly weak that his family insisted he see a doctor. Tests revealed he had low hemoglobin due to slow, chronic internal bleeding. The culprit? The well-intentioned but unmonitored combination of fish oil and Ginkgo Biloba. These scenarios highlight why this isn't something to be taken lightly. The potential for serious harm is there, and it's often hidden until a problem becomes significant. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but these are natural products. How can they be harmful? This brings us to some common misunderstandings or myths surrounding supplements that we really need to clear up. Myth number 1. If it's natural, it's safe. This is perhaps one of the most pervasive and dangerous myths. My dear friends, many potent and even toxic substances are entirely natural. Think of certain mushrooms or plants. Natural does not automatically equate to safe, especially when taken in concentrated forms like supplements or when combined with other substances or medications. Herbal remedies are essentially plant-based medicines, and they have active compounds that affect the body, just like pharmaceutical drugs do. Myth number 2. More is better. We sometimes think that if a little bit of something is good, then a lot must be fantastic. This is rarely true, especially with supplements. Our bodies have optimal ranges for nutrients and active compounds. Exceeding these can lead to side effects, toxicity, or dangerous interactions, as we're discussing today with the blood-thinning effects. The dose makes the poison, as the old saying goes. Myth number 3. My friend takes it and feels great, so it must be good for me too. We are all unique individuals. Our body chemistry, our underlying health conditions, the other medications or supplements we might be taking, all these factors differ from person to person. What works well and safely for one individual could be ineffective or even harmful for another. Your friend might not be on any other medication that interacts, or their baseline health might be different. Researchers and medical experts consistently caution against the unmonitored use of supplements, especially in combination. Studies on supplement interactions are ongoing, but it's a complex field because there are so many products and so many variables. However, the principle remains: active compounds can interact. Experts emphasize that just because a product is available without a prescription does not mean it comes without risks. They urge us to treat supplements with the same respect and caution we would any medication. So, how do we navigate this complex world of supplements safely and harness their potential benefits without falling into these traps? This brings us to the most important part: the correct way to approach supplements for safe and healthy aging. Here is a practical guide, some golden rules, if you will, for taking supplements wisely. Rule number 1, and this is the absolute most important: always talk to your doctor or pharmacist before starting any new supplement. And I mean any supplement, even if it seems like the most benign vitamin or herb. They need to know your full health picture. Rule number 2, full disclosure is key. When you talk to your doctor or pharmacist, provide them with a complete list of everything you are taking. This includes all prescription medications, over-the-counter drugs like pain relievers or antacids, all dietary supplements, vitamins, minerals, herbs, fish oil, ginkgo, everything, and even regularly consumed herbal teas. Interactions can occur between any of these. Don't assume your doctor magically knows what you bought at the health food store. Rule number 3. Read labels carefully. This sounds simple, but it's crucial. Look for the active ingredients, the dosage per pill or serving, recommended daily intake, and any stated warnings or potential interactions. Be aware that different brands may have different concentrations of active ingredients. Rule number 4. If your doctor gives you the green light to try a new supplement, start with the lowest recommended dose. This is often referred to as start low, go slow. This allows you to see how your body reacts and minimizes the risk of adverse effects. You can always discuss increasing the dose with your doctor later if appropriate, but starting high can be risky. Rule number 5. If you are introducing more than one new supplement, and again only after discussion with your doctor, try to introduce them one at a time. Wait a week or 2 between starting new ones. This way, if you do experience any side effects, it's much easier to identify which supplement might be causing the issue. If you start 3 new things on the same day and feel unwell, how will you know which one is the culprit? Rule number 6. Listen to your body. This is so important. If you start a new supplement and notice any unusual symptoms, like increased bruising, prolonged bleeding from a small cut, fatigue, dizziness, digestive upset, rashes, headaches, anything out of the ordinary for you, stop taking it and contact your doctor immediately. Don't just push through thinking it will pass. Your body is giving you signals. Rule number 7. Be wary of miracle cure claims. If a supplement sounds too good to be true, promising to cure multiple ailments or provide dramatic results quickly, it probably is. Stick to reputable sources of information and rely on the guidance of your healthcare professionals. Rule number 8. Remember that supplements are meant to supplement a healthy lifestyle, not replace it. A balanced diet, regular gentle exercise, adequate sleep, and stress management are the foundational pillars of good health. No supplement can make up for deficiencies in these areas. Following these guidelines can significantly reduce your risk and help you make informed, safe choices about your health. It's about being an empowered patient, an active participant in your own well-being, working in partnership with your healthcare team. So, my dear friends, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about the allure of supplements, the specific dangers of combining fish oil and Ginkgo Biloba without medical supervision, and the serious risk of internal bleeding this can pose, especially for us as we age. We've also busted some common myths and, most importantly, outlined a clear path to using supplements safely and effectively. The key takeaway message I want you to leave with is this: supplements, while potentially beneficial, are not without risk, especially when mixed or taken without proper guidance. The combination of fish oil and Ginkgo Biloba is just one example of how seemingly benign products can interact to cause harm. There are many other potential interactions out there. This isn't meant to scare you away from all supplements, not at all. It's meant to empower you with knowledge, to encourage a healthy sense of caution, and to reinforce the vital role your doctor and pharmacist play in your health journey. They are your best allies in navigating these choices. I urge you, please, take a moment to reflect on what you're currently taking. If you haven't already, make an appointment to review all your medications and supplements with your doctor. It's a conversation that could protect your health in profound ways. Write everything down before you go so you don't forget anything. No detail is too small. And if this information has resonated with you, if you've learned something valuable today, I encourage you to share it. Talk to your friends, your family members, especially other older adults in your life. Spreading this knowledge can help protect others too. Perhaps you know someone who, like Mrs. Evelyn or Mr. Robert, is taking multiple supplements without fully understanding the potential risks. A gentle conversation, sharing what you've learned, could make a significant difference. If you found this talk helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up if you're watching this online, or letting us know in the comments. And if you have any experiences or questions you'd like to share, perhaps in a general way without personal medical details, please do so in the comments below. Your insights can help others in our community. We learn from each other. Remember, your health is your most precious asset. Nurturing it wisely with good information and professional guidance is the best investment you can make in your future. Don't let supplements become a hidden poison. Instead, work with your healthcare providers to ensure they are truly a supportive part of your journey to vibrant, healthy aging. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. Stay informed, stay proactive, and above all, stay well.